Bilbo Baggins is going on an adventure, but he is a Baggins of Bag End.
Hey guys, Kenny here. Stay cool and relax to the movies.
The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. This is the prequel film and the first film in a planned trilogy to the three Lord of the Rings films, the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Lord of the Rings, all based on novels by J.R.R. Tolkien. And The Hobbit is also J.R.R. Tolkien novel. This is about Bilbo having to go on this adventure with Gandalf, and he has to try and get along with these 12 or 13 dwarves, and they all go on this adventure to try and reclaim the dwarves' homeland. That's really what this whole story is all about, really. And this is when we really start to learn that there's a imposing new evil that's out there. But this is first about the dragon Smog I think, and they have to try and get rid of the dragon. But then there's an even much bigger evil that they really are unaware of at first in this film. And I think as the series goes on all the way to the third film, that's when we will know what the evil is. And that's basically all a short synopsis. The acting was phenomenal. I loved every actor in this. Like Martin Freeman, I think was his name. He was wonderful as Bilbo Baggins. I loved his part. I really felt connected with him in a really deep, meaningful, and personal way, because he's a hobbit who really is used to being in his own home, and being around in his own hobbit town, Hobbiton, and he doesn't want to go out of there. He's safe and content. And then once Gandalf comes and tries to make him go on this journey with the 13 dwarves, I think it was 13, he really feels out of his element and really scared for his life, and and he's not really getting along with the head dwarf, Thorin Oakenshield, and it's really kind of a story of also them trying to get along with each other and trying to gain trust with each other. That's really what this was all about. And so if there was any the positives, let's see. I really felt like I was back in that world of Lord of the Rings and Hobbiton. It really felt like it was still there from the original three films. Even though they had to rebuild everything, it really felt like it was back to the way it was in the original three films. And the cinematography was breathtaking and jaw-dropping. I love that part of it. I saw it in 3D, but I haven't seen the frames per second or high frame rate version of the film yet. I hope to, but I really felt immersed in the world with a 3D, but it really didn't feel intrusive to me, the 3D. I'm glad it was actually shot that way and not post converted to 3D. And let's see, the Gandalf, it was really great to see him again, and I really felt like he was a more grounded, believable character this time than in the original 3, because in those 3 films he was more of a mystical character. I loved his character, but I really didn't feel like a true personal connection with him like I did in this one, because he really felt like an actual person this time to me. And it was great to go on the journey with him. And Christopher Lee it was great to see him in this again. Cate Blanchett and Hugo Weaving, it was great to see those 3 again. I loved seeing them again. That's positives. There was a lot more computer generated imagery in this film than there were in the previous 3 films. I felt like it was kind of overused in certain scenes and certain moments. Like the original 3 films, I really appreciated and loved that they try to do most of their shots as practical as they could, and then any CGI, it was really made to look real. In this film, it didn't quite look like it was real, and there was still practical sets and effects, but it really was, I think, oversaturated with the CGI, and that's one negative. And also the beginning of it, in the Hobbit hole of Bilbo Baggins, I agree, so that could have probably been cut down. Some people haven't really been liking that part of the film. I think they've said that it lagged on too long. I kind of agree, but I feel like that was a great way to know every character, because it really made me feel connected with them, and it really also made me feel like I got to know them really personally, like close friends. And as the film went on, their relationships between the dwarves, Gandalf, and Bilbo grew more, and they got closer and closer to the point where they did really all become friends. And I was very pleased with this film, but I agree with a lot of the criticisms that have been talked about for this movie. It did feel like it dragged on sometimes, primarily in the beginning, but I felt like that was important to the story, because that let you know what you're getting into, and you got to know all the characters. I feel like the beginning also let you know each of them individually, and you got to know what each of the dwarves, Bilbo and Gandalf, were like as individual people, and to me it felt like I was almost there with them in that Hobbit hole. And so many really good things about this. The 3D was actually good. It was sometimes a little distracting because I'm used to the original three trilogy. Those weren't 3D. And sometimes it felt like it kind of pulled me out of the film, like I was experiencing the 3D instead of being immersed in the film itself. But that was just a little nitpick. And so I highly recommend this film. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5 stars. So stay cool and related to the movies. Bye.